Multiple unit operation. Locomotives equipped with the multiple unit operation may be handled in a single locomotive after the connections are properly made. In addition, with the concurrently combining the locomotives or airlines, the electrical control circuit of the two locomotives must be connected to the jumper for the purpose of the formerly plugged to the receptacles at the end of the locomotive. The controls then set to the power to the brakes and or controlled by one cab. The locomotive in which the operation is controlled by all the leading unit of any of the coupled locomotives and trailing of the unit. Certain arms are protective circuits. Certain auxiliary controls, each standing in the connected through the jumper of the power plants that over the heavy-duty circuits of the coupled will units remain entirely independent of each other. Connects the units, couple units together, connecting the airline jumpers, making sure that each plug is pushed all the way through the receptacle and locked in place. Open the cocks at the end of the airlines in both locomotives through the throttle main reserve equalizing pipe of the brake pressure. On trailing and non-controlling unit, that place the double heading cock of the brake pedestal in the trailing position. Remove the automatic brake valve handle lap position. Remove the independent brake valve running position. Check the throttle is off. Put the reverse level in the off position. Move the handle. Close the multiple unit switch of the equipment cabinet to the MU position. Close the main battery switch in the equipment cabinet. Open the control switch. Release the handbrake. Unload the control unit. Make sure the multiple unit and switches in the S position. Single unit position. Close the main battery switch. Plus place the double heading cocking in the lead position and close the control switch. Start the engine previously outlined in page 16, which will be necessary to start the engine of the trailing. However, the trailing unit lead control switch open. They close the auxiliary generator field switches. The locomotives may not be operated in the same manner as the single unit. For the sander footer shell switch will apply the sand at the front of the rear of both trucks and both units, and is determined in the position of the reverser. Concerning of the units of the multiple 24 right and left equipment, a couple of the units are together in connection with the airline's jumpers, and making sure that each plug of the publish all the way to the receptacle of the locked in place. Open the cocks at the end of the airline on both locomotives. And open on the unit with the controlling. Make sure the brake or battery switch and control, which are the closed and multiple unit switch to the single unit position. Place the rotary valve in the pass of the front. Depending on the service required, open the double heading cock on the trouble and non-controlling unit. The closed double heading cock, place the rotary valve in the pass lap or front lap, depending on the C2 above the, which is placing the rotor in the pass or front, depending on the service required. Putting the automatic brake in the running position and remove the handle. Put the independent brake in the release position. Remove handle. Put the throttle in the idle position. Remove the reverse lever into the off position. Remove the handle and move the multiple unit switch in the equipment cabinet in the multiple unit position. Check the battery switch is closed. Open the control switch and start the engine previously outlined in page 16. It will be necessary to start the engine trailing from the trailing unit from the trailing cab. However, the trailing unit leave the control switch open. The close the auxiliary generated field switches. Locomotives may not be operated in the same manner as the single unit. The sander valve will apply to the sand and to the front and the rear of the both trucks. Both units are determined by the front, but the position of the reverse of the procedure of changing and the operation of the cab and 6SL equipment in the cabinet with the controlling. Make sure that the least 20-pound reduction of the automatic brake valve. Place the double heading cocking trailing position. Move the automatic brake valve in the lap position. Independent brake valve into the running position. In the cab will control the insert brake valve and most independent brake valve. The hand of the application position. The automatic brake valve handle to the running position. Place the double heading cock in the lead position. Close the control switch. 4. Change the multiple units of the switch from the MU to S signal. Return the formal control cab. Open. Change the multiple unit from the S to multiple unit position. Open the control switch. Then use the non-ready the multiple operation procedure for changing operation of the cab. The 24 right and left equipment in the cab, which was the controlling of the making at least 20 pounds reduction of the automatic brake valve. The automatic brake valve that handled the lap position dependent of the brake release position. Place the double heading cocking in the closed and cutout position. Move the K2A rotary valve in the pass lap and the front lap as required by the K2 rotary valve in the lap position. Move the automatic brake valve into the running position. Move the automatic and independent brake valve handles. And the cab will control put the rotary valve in the pass in the front position as required. Move the independent brake valve to the full application position. Open the double head cocking. Close the control switch. Change the multiple unit switch from the MU to S position. Return the former control of the changing multiple unit operation from the SMU position. Open control switch. This unit is now ready for multiple operation. Fuel oil system.